If you think of any body part that needs a little extra attention, shout it out, let me know. And let's get started. I'm Jess, by the way, hi. Let's get started sitting in a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Try to find a way that your spine can rise up nice and tall, shoulders can roll down your back, eyes can close if that feels nice. We'll take a few moments just breathing. Generally in the nose, out the nose. I'm just using these first few moments of practice to slow down and settle in. Drop into awareness of your body and quiet all the things in the mind. See if you can use your next inhale to expand the lungs to their full capacity. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Sip in a little bit more, and then let it all out. We'll take a few more rounds like that, breathing all the way in. And when you think you're full, sip in just a few more little sips of breath. And then empty it all out. Breathe it in and in and in and in. And release. And really it's about that release, right? Letting it feel so good. Let's do it two more times. Breathe yourself all the way full. Once again, breathe in. Sip in a few more little sips. And let it out. Good. You're welcome to keep breathing like that, but probably just more of an even breath back and forth, in and out. And if you like to practice with an intention, go ahead and let your mind settle in on that word or phrase, that reminder to yourself of what brought you here today. On your next breath in, let your eyes blink open, arms reach up tall. We'll shrug the shoulders up and then soften them down. Maybe sit just a hair taller. Right hand to the ground, left hand stretches up and over. Stay here for another breath in and out. Rise up on the inhale, reach tall, arms straight. Exhale, stretch the other way. Give it a breath. And then rise back up, reach up. Exhale, gentle twist, one hand back, one hand forward, staying for that full breath in and out. Come back to center, reach tall, and twist the other way. You might try playing with your gaze, lifting it up or dropping it down. Inhale back to center, reach up. Circle it back behind you, fingers to the ground, open across the chest. Maybe the head drops back. Breathe. Rise with an inhale. And then forward fold. Dropping your head down. Soft shoulders, soft jaw, soft eyebrows. Good. You can stay there for a couple more breaths. See if you can feel the breath come down to the base of your spine. And feel everything soften with the exhale. While your head is down, just quickly, I'll offer some hands-on assists for the folks in the room. If you prefer not to be touched, totally fine. Just wave a hand and let me know that. Okay. And then also throughout, just feel free to call me over or tell me to go away at any time. All right, bring yourself all the way up and let's make our way over to all fours. We'll take cat-cows for a few breaths, inhaling forward, belly dropping. Exhale, rounding chin to chest, pushing the ground away. And let yourself just move. Really, it's pretty intuitively, right? Like wiggle your spine back and forth. Maybe there's some side to side or forward and back. Find places that feel like they might need a little extra stretch and lean into that for a moment. Good. 2 more rounds of breath. And then from a flat spine, neutral spine, take your right hand up to the ceiling, look up to it, open broad across your chest. And then as you exhale, thread the needle, passing it underneath. Bring your shoulder and your cheek down to the mat. And then a little something different, I don't usually teach it this way, but drop your hips back towards your heels like you were sinking into child's pose. Yeah, let that give a little extra lengthening and stretch through the side of the body. One more big breath in and out. And then bringing the hips high up in the air again, sweep the arm up and look up to your thumb and place it down. Same thing for the other side. Left hand opens up. Thread it through, shoulder and cheek find the mat. And then if you like, you can drop the hips toward the heels. Kind of pulling and stretching in every which way. Good. Make sure you're still breathing those good breaths. On the next inhale, come on back up. Reach the hand high, look up, and place it down. Good. Take one little cat-cow. Inhale forward, drop the belly. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. From here, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll just wiggle a little bit there, pedaling the knees, maybe twisting into the hips, dropping into the heels. Then come to stillness in that down dog, but press your chest back towards your thighs. Smush your hands forward and down into the mat. On the next inhale, come forward to your high plank, stacking everything nice and strong. Let's look forward, tip forward onto your tippy toes, and then bend your elbows. That's chaturanga. You could absolutely lower your knees. Inhale, lift your heart up. Upward facing dog is thighs floating off of the ground, or baby cobra with more of the body on the mat. And then press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Big, huge breath in. Big, huge breath out. Good. Let's work through that chaturanga again. Come forward to high plank. Looking forward, tip your whole torso forward, then bend your elbows. Then find a back bend, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Beautiful. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet at the back of the mat. Bend your knees so much that your chest hangs all the way down onto your thighs. Head hangs loose. Give it a wobble side to side. And then roll yourself up to standing nice and slow. Reach the hands out and up, look up. And exhale, thumbs to heart. Let's take a little half sun A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward past the front edge of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the hands high. We'll dive it right back down and keep that flowing. Exhale. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. One more time. Exhale, dive yourself all the way down. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Pausing for a moment. Just notice how it feels to breathe, to move. Maybe notice the overwhelming smell of tiger balm. Sorry. And then we'll keep on going. Eyes blink open, reach up tall. Forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift to that flat back and hold for a moment here. Think about making your spine as long and flat as possible. And in doing so, welcoming stretch into the hips and hamstrings. So if you're not feeling that already, you might try taking your hands a little lower or dropping your belly like those cow poses. Yeah, that, exactly. If you're feeling it too much, you could take your hands higher, always an option. Good, can you drop into your belly like cow pose, look forward? Yeah, and then keep working the legs straight. Good, take one more breath, get a little longer, reach your heart forward, and relax, soften it all up. Walk your hands forward to the top of the mat, downward facing dog once again. Huge breath in, let it out. Good, walk to the top of the mat, forward folding up there. Halfway lift again, really find that stretch every single time. And then soften, relax. Stand up, reach up, and bring hands to heart. All right, we'll put it all together with a full sun A. Inhale, reach up. Dive yourself forward all the way down. Halfway lift, flat back. Both hands press down, both feet step back, high plank, down to that chaturanga push-up. So shift forward, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift your chest, upward facing dog or baby cobra, and go back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths right there. See if your chest can go back towards your thighs, get some of that weight out of your shoulders. Good. Bend your knees, look forward, hop, step, or float your feet to your hands, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, stand up, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in half. Halfway lift, get long, and then hands go down, feet go back, high plank, down to that low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. You got it. Breathe and down dog. Weight is back in the legs. Spine is long. Take 2 more breaths here. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top, halfway lift, and fold. Rise up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do 1 more like that. Inhale, reach up tall. Fold and half exhale. Halfway lift. Hands go down, feet go back. High to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog, broad collarbones, lift your heart up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Good, breathe. About 2 more breaths here. Softening the chest. Good. Make your way to the top. Halfway lift, lengthen everything out. And fold. Stand up like you mean it. Reach up, look up. And bring your hands to your heart. Good. Sun B's. Big toes touch. Knees and thighs squeeze together, strong through the middle of your body. Sit low. And breathe. Good. Really nice. Lift your gaze at least to eye level, if not higher. And then take your arms back out of peripheral vision. So they like to be here, right? It's easier in the shoulders to be here. But do that work in opening up the upper body, pulling them back. 1 more full breath in. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. And then hands go down, feet go back. Make your way to your downward facing dog. Good. We're all going to lift the right leg straight up and back behind. And then exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, press it back. Cross it under, touch right knee to left elbow. Engage that middle of the body. Take it back. Take it over, touch the right elbow. Inhale, go back. And then bring your knee all the way up to your forehead, rounding the upper back, push the ground away so you can step your foot through in between your hands. Lower the back knee down. Inhale to rise. Sink into the hips while lengthening the heart up. That same work of letting the arms travel back and keeping the gaze high. Jaw soft, shoulder blades flat down your back. Good. Generally, pinkies towards the front, thumbs towards the back. That's going to just give that little bit of rotation. Good. Take one more big breath there. Lift the front of your body up. And then exhale. Hands come down. Tuck the back toes. Step to your plank. And then just press your hips up and back. Huge breath in the nose. Let it out your mouth. Inhale. Empty it all out. Beautiful. Left foot reaches up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, go back. And then cross it under, touch that opposite elbow. Nice. Inhale, go back. Touch the left elbow. Inhale, press back. Knee to forehead, really strong. Step that foot through. Lower your back knee down. Nice. Rise up with the breath. And then just settle in. Every inhale, it's like your spine gets a chance to get longer. Every exhale, soften something. Good. About 3 more breaths here. Maybe the elbows could be a little straighter, biceps and triceps wide awake. And then on your exhale, bring your hands down. Let's step forward to the top of the mat, folding in half over your legs. Feet hips width apart, or maybe even a little wider. And then grab opposite elbows. Hang your head, sway a little side to side. You can bend your knees a lot, which will make this a low back release. Or you can straighten the legs, so it's more of a hamstring stretch. Good. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet in so big toes are touching again. Sit down, chair pose. Breathing. Arms drawing back. Gaze is high. Last big breath in. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant down, feet go back, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting your heart. And exhale, take it back. Right leg lifts up and back. Knee to nose, it's that motion so that you can step your foot forward in between your hands. Keeping the back knee lifted, rise to your high lunge. Sink into the hips and breathe. Good. Let's build a little bit of strength. We're building a lot of strength, that's a lie. We're going to bend the back knee down 1 inch off of the mat. Then we're going to stay as low as you possibly can and straighten out that back leg. Bend it down, straighten it out. Maybe 3 more times, bend it down and straighten. You could do hands on hips if you like. Bend it down and straighten. 1 more time, bend into it, lengthen it out. Beautiful work. Reach up tall, look up, and then hands come down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Huge breath. Let it out. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot reaches up and back behind you. Knee to nose, stepping the foot forward in between your hands. Nice. Rise up to that high lunge. Good. You can take feet wider apart so they're on separate train tracks, which makes things a little bit more stable. And then 5 times, bend your back knee down. Stay down here, straighten the back leg out. Good. Breathe as you go. See if you can stay even lower down there when you straighten it out. Good. When you've had enough, reach up tall, get long, and then hands down, step forward to the top of the mat, folding in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, grab a hold of your big toes. Holding on, look forward. Think about straightening the legs, straightening the spine, and then keeping all of that nice and long, fold from the hips. Elbows can go out side to side. You're using that upper body strength to engage in pulling yourself deeper into the stretch. Of course, if that doesn't feel good or is causing strain too much somewhere, don't do it. Three more breaths here. Maybe you allow the weight to rock forward towards the front of each foot. Good. Releasing your toes, roll yourself up to standing, nice and easy. Reach the arms out and up, look up. And exhale, thumbs to heart. Good, and then because we just gave a super stretch for the back, let's make sure we get the front. Shift all the weight into your left foot, grab your right foot. Bring that heel in as close to the bottom as you can, stand nice and tall. Breathe. All right, we always want to keep balance in the pairs, the groups of muscles that work together to do things. Maybe while you're here, you pull your rib cage back over the top of the hips a bit more. You let your jaw relax. Soften the muscles of the face. All right, let that foot go. Switch sides, same thing, nothing too fancy about it. Holding onto the foot, drawing the heel in towards the bottom. Knees like they're trying to touch one another. And then everything else is in Tadasana, mountain pose, right? Standing tall, hips, ribs, shoulders pointing forward. Eyes, at least eye level, if not a little higher. So neck and throat can be nice and long. And you're still breathing. Okay, let it go. Take a little movement, wiggle it out a bit. Okay, big toes touch, sit down, chair pose, reach. And right away, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands go down, feet step or float back, landing in that chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale up, exhale, go back. Right foot steps forward between your hands. Spin the back heel down. And before we go anywhere else, organize a little bit. Get on those separate train tracks. And then rise up, warrior one. Good. So by widening out the feet, we allow the hips to have a little more space to point straight forward. And then you can dig into that front thigh as much as you want. We're going to lift the heart higher. And exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders open, look up. Forward fold, humble warrior. The chest goes beyond resting on that front thigh. Let your shoulder drop inside of it. Let your head go all the way down. Maybe it even touches the mat. 2 more breaths here. Get those hands together, up and over. You got it. Rise up, inhale. Open yourself to a warrior two. So you can adjust your feet now to be on one straight line down the middle of the mat. This front thigh still showing up, doing the work. Let's give it a break. Straighten your front leg. Flip your front palm, reverse your triangle, reaching back. Good, and then rise up. Triangle pose to the front. You can shorten your stance a bit if that feels a little more stable. Reach your hand forward, press your hips back. And then the right hand drops and the left hand goes high. Breathe here. Press the feet down. Activate the legs, the inner thighs. Good, push my hand up. Oh my gosh, your fingernails are gorgeous. Totally distracted. Use your next inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, bending that front knee. Big, huge breath in. And then exhale your hands down, go back to downward facing dog. Breathe in the nose. Sigh it out your mouth. Good. Left foot steps forward, setting up for warrior one. So just take a moment with it, organize things, put the feet where you want them. Back heel spinning down, rise up to it as you're ready. Hips, ribs, and shoulders trying to point straight forward here, even though that back leg is pulling your hip away. And then lift a bit taller. Exhale to interlace the hands. Puff out your chest, roll the shoulders back, look up. Forward fold. This is definitely a pose that you gotta kind of surrender to. You can't force yourself down into it. Allow your legs to be strong and hold you. Maybe pull your left hip back, so still like a warrior one hip setup. Yeah. Maybe sink your hips in just a bit deeper, trusting those strong legs. Good, and then rise all the way up. Reach your hands high. Open yourself to warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. Straighten your front leg. Flip the front palm, reverse that triangle. Straight, strong lines all over the place. Rise up, triangle pose. Reach, reach, reach. Send your hips back. And then left hand drops, right hand rises. Breathe. Good. Little micro bend in each knee so that your thighs and your hamstrings are super engaged and strong. Right hand reaching up to the ceiling, press up. Yes. Last good big breath here. And then use your inhale to rise. Exhale to warrior two, bend that front knee. Big breath in, and then cartwheel your hands down and go back to down dog. When you get to down dog, lower your knees, take a moment in child's pose. Let everything just soften down. Notice, how does your body feel? How does it feel making these shapes, transitioning from one to the other? And then after your next breath, downward facing dog. Good, we'll play with that same idea. Right foot reaches up and back. Step it forward, warrior one, rising right up to it. Everything's pointing straight forward, hands to the sky. Take a breath, lift yourself higher, and then interlace your hands. Roll the chest open, look up, throat open, and then humble warrior, forward fold. Good. Can you pull your right hip back? Yes, beautiful. Can you drop your head a little heavier so it's kind of just dangling? Maybe sink the hips just a touch deeper. Awesome. Use an inhale, rise up. Open to your warrior two. This time we're going to stay in that front knee, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. And then extended side angle, so right arm comes to thigh, left arm up and over. Breathing here about 5 breaths. Get long from fingertips to hip, all the way down into the outer edge of your foot. Pull your belly button back towards your spine. Root down into your feet, just a little more solid. Good. Release that, rise all the way up. Now you get to straighten that front leg. Whew. And then turn your toes over towards the long edge of your mat. Setting up for a wide-legged forward fold. Interlace your hands behind your back. Roll your chest open, puff up your heart. And then forward fold. Again, there's that little bit of softness in the knees. Head heavy. Give your jaw a little wiggle side to side. Eyebrows kind of scrunch around and soften. What if you let your weight rock forward into the ball of each foot just a bit more? Nice. Release your hands. Inhale to lift halfway up. Press your right palm into the ground. Left hand spirals open to twist. Breathe. Come back down on an exhale and then open into that twist the other way. Notice your hips, notice your shoulders. Perfect. Come back down, bend your knees, round yourself all the way up to standing. Warrior two to the front of the mat. Just for one nice big breath in. And then exhale, hands go down and make your way back. You can take the push-up or skip it, your choice. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Coming all together, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Left foot reaches up and back. Step it forward, warrior one, rise up when you're ready. Sink in nice and strong. Interlace the hands, roll the heart open, look up, and then forward fold. Good, dropping in, strong and steady. Okay, perfect. Rise up, reach up, open to warrior two. Keep that left knee nice and strong and bent. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach it back. Extended side angle, come on up, put the left arm on the thigh, the right arm up and over. Nice, everyone looks so strong. See if you could draw your rib cage back and twist a little bit more, opening to the ceiling. Beautiful change. Make sure that breath is still flowing. Rise all the way back up. Really nice. Straighten both legs. Feet turn towards the long edge of the mat again. Interlace hands behind your back. If you want that little brain teaser, put that non-dominant thumb on top. Switch your grip. Roll the shoulders back, look up. And forward fold. Breathe. Think about your abdominal muscles. Can you draw the navel towards spine, kind of firm up the low belly? Soften the shoulders so that the hands can fall up and over just a touch more. All right, release your hands down. Inhale to lift halfway up. There's that flat back again. We'll take the twist a little deeper unless you prefer it the way we did earlier with the hand in the middle. If you want deeper, take your right hand all the way over to your left ankle, left hand up to the ceiling. While you're twisting, be aware of your hips. They're still pointing straight over to the wall. And you're still breathing. Good, release, come back down through middle, switch, take the twist in the other direction. Come back down through center, roll yourself up to standing. Warrior two to the front just for a moment. Big breath in. And then exhale, hands down, go back to downward facing dog. When you get there, knees to the mat, child's pose, softening, softening, softening. Notice in your body, where are you holding? Where's there resistance? What might feel nice to release? All right, come on up to all fours. And then we're going to make our way into some more hip stretch. So from all fours, just step your right foot forward outside of your right hand. Let your hips melt forward and down towards the front of the mat. Lots of inner thigh stretching. You can stay up here on hands, or if you like deeper, you can drop down towards forearms, maybe forearms on a block. Just 3 more breaths here. And then rising back up to hands, press the left hand into the mat, spiral the right hand up, opening the twist. Take the top hand back. Option to grab for that back foot. One last big stretch for the front of your thigh. Releasing that, heel toe your right foot all the way over to the left edge of your mat. So we're setting up for half pigeon. Your shin lays down across the front. Hips are centered, chest is kind of centered right over the top. And then you can forward fold. Whew. This pose is always such a good barometer for me of how much tension I'm holding in my hips. Let some stuff go. Soften where you can. Okay, and then we're just going to make our way back to the all fours tabletop. So you can come up to your hands and kind of slide that right leg back. Take a couple of wiggles around. And then we'll do it all on the other side. So left foot steps forward outside of the left hand. Drop the hips forward and down, lizard lunge. Once again, maybe working down onto forearms. Go where it feels like enough. And then we rise back up to hands. Keep the right hand pressing down, left hand spiraling up. Open it back behind you. Grab for that back foot. Keep the hips dropped in, forward and down. Good. Release, come around. Make your way to that half pigeon by taking the left foot across and laying your shin down across the front of your mat. Good. Hands walk in, heart lifts high first, and then you can soften down. Once again, notice if there's anywhere else besides the obvious places that are stretching. Is there anywhere else you're holding that you could let go of? Jaw, eyebrows, fingers, toes. Take 2 more nice big breaths here. And then lift your chest, and we're going to make our way onto our back. So you can just sit to the side and swing your legs around to the front. Reach your hands forward, lay yourself all the way down. Take a nice full big stretch when you get there. And then hug your knees into your chest. We'll extend the legs straight up to the sky. Press your heels out and away from you. You might just choose to stay right here, or you can tuck your hands just underneath your tailbone so you get that little bit of release in the low back. Or you can take this all the way to a shoulder stand by dropping your toes up and over your head to plow pose. Hands will go to the low back and then the legs lift up. Wherever you find yourself, let's give it 5 more breaths. Shoulder standers, go to that plow pose again, drop your toes up and over. And then everybody release yourself out onto the mat. Good. Stretch everything long one more time. Legs reach out, hands go up and over your head. And then hug both knees into your chest. Feel your whole spine on the mat. Give a little rock side to side maybe. Good. Open your arms wide like a T. Let your knees drop to the left. Turn your gaze all the way over towards your right hand. Maybe both shoulders can stay heavy into the ground. Feel that nice twist all down the side of the body. Use your next inhale to come through the center and then drop the knees to the other side. Knees come back to the center. Give yourself one final hug, squeeze the shins in, and then release everything out to rest in your Shavasana. Let your whole self just settle into stillness. And for just a few peaceful, perfect minutes, be here. Breathing in, breathing out. Nothing else needs to be done. Take another deep breath all the way in and sip in a bit more and a bit more, and then let it all out. Again, breathing in and in and in and in, and then let it out. One more time like that, filling yourself up and letting go. Let your head rock side to side, roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Let yourself turn over onto one side. Pausing just one last moment and noticing, how are you? Tell yourself thank you. And then come back to seated. Eyes can close, hands rest by your heart. We'll take 3 breaths, closing out together. We inhale and we exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Bowing forward, we honor this practice of yoga for all it teaches us, mind, body, spirit, on the mat and off. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful Tuesday. And I'll see you all again Thursday, same time, same place. Thanks.